from the guys that gave us The Flash and Arrow and all the other shows, almost all the shows, comes this incredible new retelling of Supergirl. And to discuss this and to give us as much information as they can before you guys get to watch the incredible pilot, I'm going to bring out our panel and let you guys hear what they have to say. First, we have executive producer Ali Adler. We have Supergirl herself, Melissa Benoist. Mr. McCott Brooks. Ms. Kyler Lee. David Harewood. Jeremy Jordan. Executive producer Sarah Schechter.
I saw them last night. Executive
producer Andrew Kreisberg. And executive producer Greg Berlanti. All right. Okay. To the executive producers. Oh, and oh, Mr. Jeff Johns. Wow. Hey, Jeff. All right. Okay, so Jeff and to the producers of all of the DC Comics properties that are available, why Supergirl?
It's time, isn't it?
Right? It has been discussed at length and in the media that it is very difficult to launch a female superhero, either on the small screen or on the big screen. What makes this story so universally appealing and right now?
I think for us it was a story that needed to be told, and I think that she is, you come in and you see her as female and you'll go out and you'll remember her as powerful. And so her gender doesn't really matter. She's a badass.
And Greg and Jeff, both of you have spoken about how important it was to have women involved in the development of this show and the production of it. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, first, it's important to have women involved in every show in production, not just Supergirl. But I know, when we first started talking about Supergirl, the whole reason it was different and new and something like it's so far past time to have a female Supergirl lead the show. And it really, again, it took Greg and everybody else, but really Greg came in with a very specific vision because there was a lot of discussion about how do we do it, and Greg, rightly so, said, we do it right, we do exactly like the comic books, which makes me happy. And Greg, you might talk more to why you thought this was the best part.
Yeah, I was really excited to participate in something like this. I mean, I think the Superman and Supergirl mythology is in a lot of ways the most famous mythology in all comic books. And so, we wanted to do that justice and that justice. And then, yeah, also, I've been really lucky enough, as we've talked about tonight, to participate in shows with a lot of male leads at the center. And it just felt like it was time for a female lead at the center of one of the shows. You get opportunities to do those things, and you feel like it'd be a shame if you didn't take the opportunity that you had to participate in something like that. And then, those things, they take on a life of their own. You get Ali and Sarah participating, you get Jeff and Andrew participating, and then finally the cast really comes on board, and you meet Melissa Benoist, and you can't imagine anybody else being Supergirl. It's really incredible. I'm so excited
I
for this
want to
audience.
talk about that. Yeah, I need to talk about that because, you guys are going to love her so much. What was it that when she showed up, what was it that told you, okay, this girl needs to be in a cape?
One of the most amazing things for us was we saw in David Rappaport, the most brilliant casting department head we are privileged to work with. But what was so exciting was we saw thousands of women, and this is the first one we saw.
Yeah, we have to actually give a shout out to David Rappaport and Lindsay Ballasier, who are our casting directors. These are This is a true story. Stephen Amell was literally the very first person we saw for Oliver Queen, and Grant Gustin was the very first person we saw for Barry Allen, and Melissa was the very first person we saw for Kara. So, you know, David Rappaport and Lindsay Ballester really certainly know our taste. They know how to find the best superheroes.
So,
the second that Melissa left the room, we all looked at each other and knew, because we weren't interested in doing the show unless we found someone that was good enough and had all of the colors. And once Melissa auditioned, we kind of thought it'd be easy, and then we saw thousands of people, and there's only one Supergirl, and that is Melissa Benoist.
I can't agree enough. I'm sorry. I'm just such a super fan. Melissa, how intimidating is that, though?
Well, I'm sitting here listening to everyone, and I remember leaving my first audition being like, oh my gosh, that was horrible. I just blew it, you know? So yeah, it's intimidating. It's so wonderful to hear you guys say all these nice things.
And how was it when you first put on the costume?
Oh man, that is a kind of, it's hard to articulate the way that feels. It feels, you know, I'm putting on tights, and it feels like I'm putting on something like I used to when I took dance class. But then you get the cape, and then I turn around and I look in the mirror and I see the S, and something clicks inside, and it just really does transform internally. It's hard, it's impossible not to feel empowered and to feel hope and strength and brave when I'm wearing it. Like a different person.
And the great thing is also when you guys see the pilot after this, you'll understand that it's not just that Melissa is playing a strong female character. There are several strong female characters. And Kyler, your character is equally well-defined and written. But the thing that I found so immediately striking was that you guys seem to have a very sisterly bond off the bat.
You know, I gush about her a lot. I love this girl. And it really was one of those incredible things when you meet somebody, especially somebody that you're going to work with, you just get it. And I really feel like it was almost instantaneous between the two of us.
Definitely.
And it's really special, and I love her, and I'm so proud of her, and it's really, really, it's very humbling, it's very exciting to be a part of it, and I'm still freaking out, it's still crazy. Yeah.
And David, without spoiling it, because I want you guys to see this, but your character it's kind of hard to get a read on this guy. I can't tell if he's a good guy who's bad with people, or if he's a bad guy.
I think that's pretty good. I like to keep people guessing. So the grey area, I think, is where this character exists. You don't quite know exactly who he is, if he's got good intentions or bad intentions. I think you're just going to have to wait and see.
Okay. Jeremy, again, in this pilot, I feel like there's room for romance between your character and Melissa's. But what do you think it takes to sweep the Girl of Steel off her feet?
Well, I think that my character, who Wynn, is kind of in love with Kara before he finds out that she's Supergirl. And maybe that's the key. I don't know, loving her for who she really is. But she, you know, the revelation happens, and there's another very strong, attractive male standing in the way. So.
Okay, would that strong, attractive male be Mikad Rose? Okay, so Mikad, as a lot of you probably know, is playing James Olsen, who's all grown up and here to kind of serve as like a Jedi Master to our heroine. This guy, what's his story now?
James comes from Metropolis to National City. I can't say that. He comes because he wants to.
Okay,
and
all right.
he bumps into this lovely lady.
All right, okay.
Stuff ensues after that.
If any of you were here for last year's big Saturday night, were you here? Okay. You might remember an iconic moment where Stephen Amell revealed his abs. And I find that the challenge has been put there to see if we possibly have abs of steel here.
Jeremy?
No, not even close.
He's talking about me.
We have to do a show of hands. I can't just do
Oh
that.
my god.
Twisting his arm.
What is happening?
Yeah, I think we should do it. You are all welcome.
Are you wearing underwear?
All right.
I feel really violated. And
What happens at Comicon stays on Twitter.
my mom follows me.
A lot of moms are gonna follow you now. Alright, so to the
Well played,
producers,
sir, well played.
you guys love to weave in other DC characters. Do you have anyone on deck that you are ready to announce?
Well, I would love to announce this. We have amazing villains for Kara and everyone coming up, but we hope to debut at the beginning of the season Reactron and Livewire.
Nice.
Alan, you know there's one more.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Maxwell Lord.
Oh my.
Okay, well, he's kind of complicated because he's kind of good and sometimes bad. What kind are we going to see here?
I mean, do you guys just want to meet him?
Got him here?
Yeah, I think he's here.
Peter Falcinelli.
What's up, Holly? Last time I was here was for Twilight, so it's good to be home. And I'm super excited to be on this show. Come on, that was punny.
All right, well, now you see it. For the producers, one last question before we go. What can you tell us about the tone of this show? What can you tell them? Because I know what it is, and it's beautiful. But let's explain to them what they're about to see.
I think it's, we were heavily influenced by the Donner vision for Superman, and it's a show that's grounded and fun and full of heart and humor, but, more than anything, and that's honestly, it's truthfully Melissa's greatest superpower is to make you believe in her. And, this is really a show about a hero that you can believe in, and someone who can make you proud and make you feel alive and make you feel like you want to be a better person. And, we really feel like that this is the kind of show that everyone can watch together, families can watch together, and can really be something to bring some light into the world.
All right, well, you guys get ready to fall in love, and let's thank all these guys.